Hello students, good morning. Today we are going to learn new topic, that is income from capital gain. Income from capital gain is a very important topic. Capital gain means section 45 subsection 1 charging section. Any profit and gain arising from transfer of capital assets shall be chargeable under the head capital gain in the previous year in which transfer took place. It means a charging section, and section number 45 subsection 1. Here any profit and gain arising from transfer of capital assets shall be chargeable under this head, that is capital gain in the previous year in which the transfer took place. Now we learn the section 2 subsection 14 definition of capital assets. Capital assets means any property or any kind held by the assessee whether or not connected with business or profession. So the section 2 subsection 14 define of capital assets means any assessee having property or any kind of whether or not connected with business or profession. So these the properties here or any securities held by a foreign institutional investors, that is FII, but capital assets does not include, it is an excludes. Some more important points of capital gain, that is assets used for personal purpose of assessee, that is televisions, car, mobiles, etc. not a capital assets, hence capital gain not applicable. But jewelry, drawings, paintings, all these are the capital assets, hence it is an capital gain applicable. So second point is car used in the business treated as capital assets. If the car is used for the personal purpose, so it is not considered as capital assets. It is used only for a business, ordinary business purpose. So it will be treated as a capital assets. Types of capital assets. There are the two types of capital assets. Capital assets, that is short-term capital assets or long-term capital assets. So two type of the capital assets which we have to study it, that is short-term capital assets or long-term capital assets. Now the nature of capital assets. It's very important, that is securities listed in a recognized stock exchange in India. B. Unit Trust of India equity oriented mutual funds, that is all these are the mutual funds. C.0 coupon bond. So here identify that is and held for less than 1 year. So it considered as short term capital gain. Held for more than 1 year, that is long term capital assets. So here any security listed in a stock exchange, that is SEBI, and all the mutual funds or the zero coupon bond, if the assets is less than 1 year, so considering as short term capital gain. If more than 1 year, that is long term capital assets. Next is the unlisted shares or immovable property. So here held for less than 2 years. So treated as short-term capital gain. If they held for more than 2 years, so long-term capital assets. राइट अनलिस्टेड शेयर्स एंड इमूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी, अगर वो 2 साल के अंदर में है तो उसको क्या बोला जाएगा, शॉर्ट टर्म कैपिटल गेन. इफ द 2 years मोर देन 2 years है, so it will be treated as or it will be considered as long term capital assets. And any other assets if held for less than 3 years, so it will be treated as short term capital gain. If held for more than 3 years, so it will be treated as long term capital assets, right? If the securities or the SEBI, then mutual funds or the zero coupon bond, so short term capital gain less than 1 year and long term capital gain more than 1 year. If the unlisted shares and immovable property, so short term capital gain less than 2 years and the long term capital assets, that is more than 2 years. Or any other assets that is held for less than 3 years, it will be treated as short term capital assets, and held for more than 3 years, that it will be treated as long term capital assets. Now the next one is section 48, computation of capital gain. So computation of capital gain, here these are the points: full value of consideration. Next, less expenses incurred in the connection of transfer. So क्या मिलेगा हमको? Net consideration. Again I am repeating, full value of consideration, that is sale value. इसमें से less करेंगे expenses incurred in the connection of transfer. So we get the net consideration. Then afterwards less करेंगे cost of acquisition and less करेंगे cost of improvement. So finally we get the capital gain. Now indexation, it means the second provision to section 48 indexation, that in case of long-term capital assets, so cost of acquisition and cost of improvement should be indexed. ये दोनों को क्या किया जाएगा? इंडेक्स किया जाता है. So first index cost of acquisition, उसकी फॉर्मूला क्या रहेगा? कैसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे? That is cost of inflation index for the year of transfer, जिस ईयर में हम ट्रांसफर कर रहे हैं, अपॉन cost of inflation for the first year in which the assets held by an assessee, or for the year 2001 and 2, whichever is later, जो बाद का रहेगा. For the cost of inflation index for the first year in which the assets was held by the assessee, or for the year 2001 and 2, whichever is later. Same indexation cost of improvement, that is same cost of inflation index for the year of transfer upon cost of inflation index for the year in which the improvement to the assets took place. So these are the indexation section. Now learn the cost of inflation index, that is assets acquired before 1st April 2001. So कैसे निकाला जाएगा? Cost of acquisition equals to actual cost or fair market value as on 1st April 2001, whichever is higher. इन दोनों को देखेंगे, actual cost और fair market value, whichever is higher. D, improvement done before the 1st April 2001 should be ignored. अगर वो 1st April 2001 से पहले किया गया है तो उसको क्या किया जाएगा? इग्नोर किया जाएगा, राइट? और जब भी हम एक्वाइजिशन रहेगा तो उसमें कैसे कैलकुलेट किया जाएगा? एक्चुअल कॉस्ट और fair market value as on 1st April 2001, whichever is higher. Now the capital gain, that is section 55, cost of acquisition and improvement. So these are the cost of acquisition, that is in the case of goodwill or business, not profession but trademark, brand name, right to manufacture, produce, process any article of thing, that is patent as copyright, right to carry on any business or profession, tenancy right and loan house. All these are the case cost of acquisitions. कॉस्ट ऑफ एक्वाइजेशन, इफ सेल्फ जनरेटेड है तो उसका वैल्यू क्या होगा? नील. परचेस्ड है सो परचेज प्राइस वैल्यू. Benefits of fair market value as on 1st April 2001 not available in the case of above assets. Above assets means all these are the intangible assets. Second, no capital gain of goodwill or profess because the law is silent about the goodwill or professions. Computation of short-term capital gain, that is full value of consideration, that is sale value, लेस करेंगे उसमें से cost of acquisition, लेस करेंगे हम cost of improvement. So we get the short-term capital gain less exemption under section 52B, 54D and 54G. So net short-term capital gain. Computation of long-term capital gain, that is full value of consideration, sale value, less करेंगे हम cost of acquisition, less cost of improvement. So we get the long-term capital gain less exemption under section 54 to 54H. So we get the net long-term capital gain. Cost of inflation index, in that Central Board of Direct Tax notified the cost of inflation index in that financial year 2021-22 as 317. For the previous year, that is financial year 2020-21, cost of inflation index was notified as 301. Cost of inflation index is used to calculate the inflation adjusted the cost price of an assets. the inflation adjusted price, then it is used to arrive at long-term capital gains or long-term losses. So the cost inflation index number is used to calculate the inflation adjusted price of assets such as land, buildings, houses, gold, jewelries, debt, mutual funds, etc. However, it cannot be used for equity shares and equity mutual funds whose gains are taxable at the rate of 10% without any indexation benefit. So at the time of income tax return filing next year, this cost of inflation index number will be helpful to you to ascertain the long-term capital on which we are liable to pay the taxes. So as per the notification, cost inflation index financial year 2021-22 shall come into the effect from 1st April 2022 and will be applicable to the assessment year 2022 and 23 and subsequent assessment years. So in this lecture we covered the basic concept of capital gain, that is meaning of capital gain, capital assets, long-term capital assets and short-term capital assets, importance of capital assets, then cost of acquisition, then cost of improvement, index cost of acquisition, index cost of improvement, and one illustration problem. So the students, you note down all the important points in your book. Here I conclude the lecture. In the next lecture we will meet and learn the more concept of an income tax. Till that, take care of yourself. Goodbye.